in front of me I have the Street Boss filly, which actually is named now Street Baby.
Street Baby.
Street Boss, see my babies. A lot of thought going in there. Street Baby. Josh, you've had her here. Obviously, she started this prep with another couple of weeks at the Breakers just to tune her up there.
Yep.
You've had her for a couple of weeks since?
Yeah, so we haven't done a whole heap with her. Obviously, the break and prep is different again to the horses that have already been here. So the first week we do a lot of sort of familiarising ourselves with the horse, getting to know him in the round yard and the bull ring and all that sort of stuff before we get him over to the track. So she's obviously come in work, so she's we haven't had to go through the exact same processes as the horse that comes out of the paddock, but she's ticking along pretty well. She's slotted into the system good. She's going around over at the track, and yeah, working around with a couple of ATV 2-year-olds. So yep. All's going well with her.
So they'll do a couple of slow laps there.
They'll just be cantering today
on the sand.
She won't do any fast work this preparation.
No.
She's just all about just getting used to the racetrack and what it's about, and having horses whizzing past her and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, just slotting into our usual pre-training routine, which is
good.
Seems to be tried and proven so far. So.
Yep. She's nice and relaxed.
She's nice and relaxed. So actually, this horse is probably going to stay here a little bit longer than planned. Obviously, she goes down to Daniel down at Warrnambool for her racing career, but Daniel's actually sending up a filly out of the paddock today.
Yep.
That's going to mate up with her.
Yeah.
So the next sort of couple of preparations, they're probably going to be doing a lot of their working and spelling together.
Right.
So
just match them up for time and
yeah. So and because she came in work, she'll if she does get down to Warrnambool this preparation, it'll just be for a look around.
Yeah.
And then she'll certainly benefit from a nice break, and then it'll be up to Daniel whether she comes out of the paddock, pops up here for a couple of weeks before she heads back down to Warrnambool and takes that next step of her career. So.
Beautiful. All right, we'll leave it there. The next bit of vision of her will be out on the sand track at Bendigo, which is 600 or 700 yards away from where Josh is.
Yeah,
here.
nice sort of 5-10 minute wander over there.
Yeah.
Does them the world of good too. They've got a bit of time to think about everything. And
yep. Know their road rules as they cross the road, and then they get amongst a few trees. And
wish the drivers knew the road rules.
Yeah, that'd be part and parcel with the madmen on the road these days, and women. Yes. All right, we'll catch her over at the track. We've got Murals here. We've got Geordie about to leg Craig up. Josh will give a spiel when she comes back. She's going to be paired up with the Street Boss filly. They'll go over and stack around a couple of laps, and like I said, Josh will give us a spiel on how she's going. I'll let Craig get out. We've got about a 600 or 700 metre walk over to the Bendigo track, and from there they'll do their couple of laps. See they can go on out here. I'll jump in the vehicle, I'll get up in the tower and film them. So they're just venturing out to suburbia now. Look to the left, look to the right. Josh in front on the Street Boss, Street Baby, and Murals with Craig on the right, red cap. They wander across there, and you can see there's a path that goes through a lot of trees way over in the background where those sheds are. Just beyond that is the Bendigo racetrack. They'll get on the inside sand and do their couple of laps, and that's their work for the morning. There they are, they're just making their way through into the Bendigo enclosure. Again, Josh on the left. Street Boss, Craig with Murals on the right. They'll just work their way out across the grass track and out to the sand track, and then we'll get some vision of them doing a... We'll break it up, they'll be doing 2 laps, but we'll get the best parts of a little bit of warm up, and then they'll just work down the home straight of the sand track. Vision back on. Nothing's a rush with these youngsters. It's all at this nice casual pace where just keep them relaxed. Last thing you want is headstrong fillies wanting to rip and tear and do everything at 100 mile an hour. So they'll just hack off now and just work along at a nice little even pace for a while, and then they'll build it up late As I swing around, that's the home straight to the sand track down there, which is inside the Bendigo main track facilities. Great training complex here at Bendigo. About 7 in the morning, it's not real busy. The last lot I had out here, there was probably 10 or a dozen horses. That's the kind of traffic you want. You want them to interact with the other horses and have a lot of traffic like that so they get used to it, because in time the street boss, which is on the inside, heads down to Daniels and probably gets to spend some time down at the beach, and at the Waterville track there'll be plenty of horses, and obviously Murrells goes to Weirs at Ballarat and there'll be 3 times as many horses, or 4 times as many horses. I think there's 600 or 700 horses in the Ballarat precinct alone. So I'll just leave them there as they just find their feet. We'll come back and show you the last third or half of the lap as they finish off their work. They're on their second lap now, and these fillies haven't been here this long, so they're not going to be, you know, running down the track doing 24s the last 400. It's just all about just pace work, just fitness. A lot of the youngsters get paired up or in threes. It just a bit of company helps them engage to what the riders want them to do and Josh wants them to do. You can see they're pretty tractable here. Just helps them focus. Like I said, they're nothing express about the work this morning. A lot of this work just gets repeated and repeated and repeated. It just becomes second nature, and you're teaching them. You can see Murrells is just flicking her head around a little bit, but nothing, you know, nothing to worry about. Full control, street boss is good. Both good. They're nice and relaxed. You can just tell in their motion that they're happy with what they're doing. As they go past us, last bit of their second lap, and they'll just slowly ease up now. Commands are a big thing with these youngsters. You want them to respond to the riders, and you know, they'll be now just urging them to come back under them a little bit as they finish off. They'll come back here to a walk and then turn around and come back. That was nice though. Certainly well within themselves, as I said, but also well within themselves behavioural wise, which is great. We'll flick it off here. We'll just get them when they come back, and then we'll have a chat to Josh about where Murrells is at. So I hope you enjoyed that little bit of vision. Finish their work, and they're just making their way back across the course proper. A few horses in the background. About 400 metres past the winning post there where they're coming across, and back in here to the stabling area, and then they'll wander back home, 500 or 600 metres home. As you can see, both fillies, straight bus on the far side and Murrells this side, both nice and relaxed.